It was at 4:30 this afternoon that the police confirmed the worst outcome for this, that the car that was discovered at 10 o'clock this morning did in fact contain the bodies of the four young men.
What a dreadful story to have to report.
Absolutely. Good afternoon. There was still hope through last night into this morning and even this afternoon as a huge search with helicopters, local volunteers and mountain rescue was underway. But it was at 4:30 this afternoon that the police confirmed the worst outcome for this, that the car that was discovered at 10 o'clock this morning did in fact contain the bodies of the four young men.
Do we know any more, Tom, about the circumstances here of this awful discovery, about what happened?
So one of the families said that they last had contact through WhatsApp at around midday on Sunday. We know that at that time the weather conditions in Snowdonia were atrocious, is how one person described them. Heavy rain, winds of over 30 miles an hour, and this was a very remote A road leading. It was about 5 or 6 miles to the north of Portmadog, leading into the park, and one can imagine that could have contributed to what the police have called a tragic accident. And you heard in the statement there that the car was found upside down, partially submerged in water.
I suppose it was then, Tom, something of a challenging search, given the terrain and the possible area that the search needed to cover.
Absolutely. They started with saying that they had no particular place to start searching. So the mountain rescue teams were searching car parks to try and find this car. The helicopter had done a very long sweep, tens of miles. But once the car was found, obviously they had a focus. And that took away from any idea that they may have got lost hill walking or camping, and that this was indeed a tragic car accident.
Tom, can you tell us any more about the four teenage boys?
So it seems at the moment that they were friends from school. They and their families lived in Shrewsbury, which is about 2.5 hours drive away, just on the other side of the border with England and Wales. The youngest was just 16, the oldest 18, and they were all still at school. So they were either going into the sixth form or going into their second year of the sixth form. So as you can imagine, this is one of their first adventures as friends. I think we can all think back to those sorts of times ourselves where we were going on a first camping trip, first outing in a car after getting our driving licence. And it's unimaginable, really, that it would end like this.
Tell me, are we expecting to hear any more about this from the police or from any other source?
So the police have said that they will continue to investigate the circumstances of how this happened. We saw this afternoon forensic vehicles there. So, there will be more done to, as I imagine is done with all car accidents that result in fatalities, working out to inform the coroner, and an inquest will be carried out in due course, I'm sure.